So today we are talking on a very important subject for all of us. It is based on our health and that too by naturopathy. So I'm Dr. Ashwini Sandu. I stay in Mumbai. I have my doctorate in a subject called intellectual property, nothing related to medical field, but I have studied. I'm a pharmacist by profession, and I have studied under two big acharyas, Acharya Jyotirshananda, who taught sentient health, and Acharya Dharma Vedananda, who taught naturopathy. So I was at the Anandnagar Naturopathy Center. I did the 1-month course, and post that I have started giving sessions on naturopathy. So today we are talking on mental health, which will be the second part of the talk. The first part will be for how to stay healthy. So it is basic tips on things we need to follow to retain our health till our last breath. Because Baba ने तो क्या कहा है? काम करते करते मरो, मरते मरते काम करो. If I have to do मरते मरते काम करो, if I am not healthy and I have a stake and I need to help supports, I am not be able to do that. So to make our life successful and work for him, we need to be healthy. It is not something of a selfishness I'm saying, but for his mission, we need to be healthy. How are we going to take? We are not even 1% of the whole population, and we want to take the entire world with us. It's a very big mission. So comes to the basic question, do you have good health? So to answer that, we need to know what is good health. So let's look at the parameters. What is good health? So excellent sleep. If I fall on the bed, the next minute you will find me sleeping. That is very important parameter of good health. Also, I have excellent energy in the whole day. I am not sleepy in the afternoons after eating a heavy nice meal of sweets. I am energetic till I fall on the bed, maybe at 10 o'clock, maybe at 11 o'clock. So my entire span of the day, we should not sleep in the day. So basically we are talking about the whole time when you are awake, right from Panchajanya till your Avarta Kirtan. I have entire excellent energy. If yes, you are healthy. Am I using medicines? Do I have diabetes? Do I have health problems? Do I have kidney issues? Do I have heart issues? Do I have blocks in my heart and I need to take medicines? If yes, then my health is not so good. If you don't take medicines, do you need excessive supplements? We are vegetarians, we need to take B12, we don't go out in sun, we need vitamin D. So, okay, once in a while, if your levels are low, you supplement it, but at the same time, get out of it. So, excessive supplementation is something which is not very healthy. This is the most important point we are going to discuss. Do I have an excellent digestion? So what is excellent digestion? Do I have a strong appetite before all meals? If I eat 3 times in a day, all the 3 times I need to be hungry. If I am not hungry, just because the watch is showing my time of my breakfast, the watch is showing the time of my lunch, I don't need to go and eat. So, strong appetite before every meal is a very important sign. I don't have a gas problem. If I eat chole, I have gas problem. If I eat sprouts, I have gas problem. So that means the digestion is not very good. Bowel movements are something very important. So if you have the same number of bowel movements as your number of meals, it is one of the best signs. Plus or minus 1 here and there is fine, or at least one bulky movement immediately on waking. Not waiting for you to drink a tea, not waiting for you to drink some hot water, not waiting for taking some lime water, lemon water, all of these are not excellent signs of digestion. When you are healthy, you almost never get sick. That is one of the very fundamental parameters. You will have the whole place full of people having cold, but one particular person never gets sick. So there is some reason for it, because his immunity, taking care of the problems in the surroundings. So for say because of the whole environment, you have a cold, a cough, a fever, whatever, a small disease, what is your recovery rate? Can you recover within a day? If yes, you are healthy. If no, then there is something in the organs, in the body, which is not perfect. Now today, you see the youths today are behind their jobs, their wealth, their assets. Nothing wrong in that. But if while doing it, you are not taking care of your health, then there is a problem. So you are getting the money, jobs, assets, everything nice at the cost of your health, and then when you are unhealthy or you're sick, you are spending those assets, those wealth to get back your health. So here is something you need to understand. Where is a full stop in my life? How much, what is content, santosh, kahan hai wo? So each one has to find their own kind of goal in their pursuits and find out where is that stop point for the job, for the wealth, for the asset. These are some of the statistics. Since I was going to speak here, I found out that the heart disease and strokes are the main cause of death here. There are a lot of chronic conditions which are like heart diseases, diabetes, cancer. The most important problem in US today is obesity, and it has affected more than 70.4 million adults. The causes of obesity are well known. The diet is not very good. It is a poor diet because diet is something on the job. I just pick up a sandwich, I just pick up something, a burger, probably a McDonald's fries, whatever, which is consumption of a lot of junk food, processed food, which has lots of ingredients. If you see the label of any product which is sold in the market, the least amount of ingredients are the best ones for you. So if you're eating a fruit as is, 100% good thing. But if you're eating 2 ingredients, 3 ingredients, 4 ingredients to 15 ingredients, it is going from good to bad. Also, you have low level of exercise because maximum you drive from your home to your workplace, probably come back. There's not enough time. There's not enough time for sadhana. Where will you find time for exercise? So body is missing on something. Mental health, the figures are 1.3 million adults. There were maximum suicides in these years from 2009 to 2018. But luckily in US, the best thing is counseling, which is very good, which is at par in one of the best in all the countries. So counseling is good, medication is good, therapies are good. Smoking is around 16%, and it is also contributing to disease and death, and also the secondary diseases come because of smoking. And sugar. Sugar is a very big culprit. People don't overeat. But what happens in a desert? If it is full of a sugar syrup, it is full of very kind of the white sugar. White sugar is equivalent to like a poison. It should be treated, it should be eaten very sparingly. So be very careful when you have some lifestyle diseases. Sugar is something which you should be omitting from your food. For cancer, the first thing they remove from your food is sugar. So I chose this slide because in India, there is a place called Gujarat. There is a state where they dance in this Garba. In this, there were heart attacks, and the youngest heart attack was 17 years. Now we call 17 years like a growing body. It is a body which is one of the fittest body. So by mere playing a few hours of Garba, if it is causing a heart disease, there is something which the country needs to think of. This is a definition from WHO. What is health? Your health is classified as a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. So all these 3 factors are important. We just cannot say I'm healthy by having all the good parameters of health. We need social and mental health as well. Also, the implication of this definition is mental health is not absence of mental disorder. or disabilities. You should also pick up the signs of this. I went to a doctor for some consultation for one of my friends, and one surprising fact he told me was most of the doctors after 60 have started showing signs of Alzheimer. This was a shock to me because I said, how come doctors are getting this disease? So he said, they are not drinking water. And I said, why? Because they have to go for surgeries, they have no time for restroom breaks, they have to wear the entire gear of this. So this is kind of a pressure from their jobs. They need to do that. But now, since they are knowing it, there's one very beautiful book called On Water by Dr. Batman. He was an American surgeon, and he was boycotted basically because of his too much active role in giving the benefits of water. And he says that your first therapy for any disease has to be water. It's a very beautiful book. We come to the next slide. Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. This is said by Hippocrates, who is considered as a father of Western medicine. So if when he started Western medicine, when he started this allopathic medicine, he said this, and we are today very happy to use a tablet when we are sick, but not using food and not using the natural ways. So the food we consume can either be a form of healing or it can be a source of illness. What Baba says about art of healing. The object of art of healing is to cure a patient both physically and mentally. So he says that you shouldn't consider any particular school of medical science. Rather, here the key task is the welfare of the patient. So nowadays, in most countries, you find hospitals have a joint branch. You have an Ayurveda, you have a homeopathy, you have a naturopathy, and if you feel that a certain person or a patient is going to be likely to be cured by naturopathy, they direct the patient there. So this should be what Baba says, according to him, that this should be the way you should be treating the patient. So what is our Einstein saying? You have to solve any problem. So he says, something must change. So if you think you have a problem and you want to solve it, you have to change yourself in one small way, whichever we will see which ways are the good ways to solve. This is something which I will skip because these are just the types of healing system. This is a Western medicine, how it works. This is homeopathy based on the principle life for life. This is Ayurveda, which works on the 5 principles, and Vata, Pitta, Kapha, and this is naturopathy. So in naturopathy, we have therapies, we have mud pack, we have sun bath, we have steam sauna, we have colonoscopy, we have colon therapy. So let's look at what are the root causes of most diseases. Toxins, something which is in the body which should not be there. That is the main cause of every disease in human being. There are mental disturbances and there are genetic factors. Genetic factors are something out of our control, but if you take care of the physical toxins and the mental disturbances, to a large extent, we can work on the genetic factors in the best available Vedic course. Our digestive system has 2 functions. The absorption, giving strength to the body, giving nutrition to the body. Or is very important here. We will come to that later. Cleaning and eliminating disease. So if I say I am doing 1 or 2, can I do 1 and 2? If I am saying I can do 1 or 2, I can either do 1 or do 2. I cannot do 1 and 2. 1 and 2 के लिए आपको एक को stop करना पड़ेगा. You have to stop 1 to do 2. Any questions, any doubts? Because this is an important point I am covering.
How?
So if I say my digestive system is absorbing and giving me nutrition, it is not cleaning. It is not removing the toxins. Only when I stop eating, when I stop giving food, my entire digestion, we also say na, ki your nose, right side should be working when you have digestion, left side should be working when you're doing your spiritual practices. This is the reason. So, cleaning and eliminating disease.
You ask if you have a question. I have a question about it, or should I leave it for later?
And it will be
Okay.
better. Yeah, thank you. So, it will be covered also in the next slides. So, if we are doing your eating food whole day, say I eat food at 5 o'clock in the morning, I eat food at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I keep eating 2 hours. My body is never resting or doing the removal of toxins. It is doing only digestion. Digestion is the most important thing for the body. So all our energy is diverted towards digestion. So the cleaning part, the elimination part, removal of toxins remains unaddressed. And then there is an accumulation. So this is our digestive system. On the right side, you're seeing an intestine, which is an ideal intestine, how it should be. Colon is called the garbage bag of the body. So everything which is not required goes finally into the intestine. So what is the worst common habit for causing toxins? I'm not hungry and I'm eating. Because everybody is eating. Because the time shows me it's a lunch time. So if you have eaten a heavy meal earlier day, just skip a meal. There's nothing wrong in skipping a meal unless you are a diabetic patient, unless you are having, this is something which I'm talking about a normal person, not unless your doctors have advised you contrary. So eating without appetite is increasing your load of the stomach and not giving it time to clean the body. So we saw the happy intestine which was clean. Now you see the clogging of the intestine, how it is going on. Now for so many years, you have never allowed your intestine to get clean. These parts form deposits inside the folds. Your intestine is folded. Inside the folds, there are again folds. So it increases the surface area for absorption of good nutrition particles from your food items. Now this is a stage where there is a plug. Your intestine is just a narrow line of kind of a canal or a hole which comes through and things are not getting absorbed. Most of your diseases are because of this kind of colon. So the first treatment they give in naturopathy is cleaning your colon. If your intestine is clean, you have no disease. European surgeons who used to do autopsies of dead bodies found that most of their patients, their colons are clogged. And when they looked into the file histories of those patients, there were no signs of constipation. What does that mean? That they were passing motions daily properly. So where does this come from? So this has come from the years of our eating food and probably not giving it enough time to get it removed from the system. So these are various types of colons: a normal colon, a spastic colon, a swollen one, and a sagging one. Suppose your animal, a dog, if he is sick, what does he do? He eats grass, he sometimes vomits out, he rests, he drinks water, and he eats nothing. So, in fact, all the animals, if you see the cat, if you see the monkey, if you see the horse, all of these don't eat when they are sick. And what we do? No, take soup. Your mom will come and say, take soup. So we should know the only animal which gets confused, misbehaves when it is sick. So is there a natural way? So most important, the element of healing, which is not taught to students of medicine, is detoxification, which is very important for naturopathy. Just detox your body. Why do we get a disease? Basically that this is an alarm or a wake-up call to you that one of your organ is not functioning well. So at the right time, if you have switched off the alarm but again fallen asleep and not taking care of it, you have lost that organ. Because then an allopathy is going to give you a medicine which will be a lifelong medicine. If you want to avoid it, try to revive the organ. Try to detox yourself. If that alarm is coming, whichever alarm, whichever organ is giving you. Generally, toxins are removed from the weakest organ of the body. So for me, maybe my nose would be a weak thing. For somebody, it would be pancreas. For somebody, it could be XYZ, liver, whatever. So what it is telling you, hello, I am having toxins, please clean me. That is the body talking to you. So hear it. And it is a chance to beautifully change yourself, grow. Causes of disease, it could be a mental stress which is affecting you, which we are seeing in the second part of the session. A lack of exercise because you are not even giving your enough circulation to the body. You are overeating when you are not hungry. You are having a wrong diet. You are not having a sattvic diet. Or it is too much calorie rich. Or there is no spiritual, there is an emptiness of spirituality. Generally, toxins are removed via stool, via urine, via sweat, via breath. These are the 4 very important channels of removing toxins. When you have toxins, the body finds ways to get rid of it. So, disease is a way of the body to get out a toxin. So, it can come in the form of a runny nose, a rash on the skin, a disorder of the mouth, a diarrhea, or these are all the things. Now this particular research got a Nobel Prize. So he is Yoshinaro Ohsomi. Now his work was a pioneer work on autophagy. What does it say? That when you are doing your fast, what is happening to your cells? Your good cells in the body are eating the bad cells. So you have maybe 15 bad cells and you have 15 good cells. Only during fasting, these good cells are strong. They have got energy to eat the cells which are decaying, dying. Now when you are on a good fed diet, you're a healthy person, eating good food, at that point of time, body is not going to find time to kill the cells. It is just growing, just growing, just growing. So only in a stage of fasting is the body going to realize that I need cells and that energy is going to come from the cells which are decaying. So during your, if you are doing good fastings, like we all do fastings. In fact, Baba has given very special 4 days for Dada Didis because he wanted Dada Didis to be very healthy. So we have to learn from that. We also should be fasting. That is good for us and it will set in at autophagy. So a well-fed body is not bothered about efficiency. Only in a fasting stage, because in a fed state, well-fed state, the cells stay in a growth mode. And cancer is caused because of excess growth of cells. So when you are fasting, it is actually a cure for cancer. So generally, water is the first step, diet, fasting, physical exercises, natural treatment, meditation. These are the 6 steps of natural treatment. A healthy person, minimum 3 liters to 4 liters. So if you are not drinking that water, you can comfortably say that you are not going to be healthy. So if you are not drinking, at least 3 liters of water, please start drinking. Don't take all the water at a single time. We have the beautiful time called Panchajanya. We don't eat at that time. That is the best time for drinking water. I personally complete 2 liters of water in my Panchajanya before and after. So by breakfast, my 1/3 proportion or 2/3 proportion of water is over. The whole day, even if I don't get water, I have taken care of my basic requirements. So water, drinking, but don't drink before and after your meal times. Half an hour before, 1 hour after, not to drink water. Also for heart patients, kidney patients, don't drink too much at a time. So routine practice, 1 liter in 3 to 4 drinks in sitting position, not too hot, not too cold, 250 Maximum, if you can tolerate and you have made a habit. Drink in a blissful mood. And don't drink during the meal. There are three or more actually, very healthy communities in the world. So they are called Hunzas of North Pakistan, Abkhazians in Turkey, and Vilcabamba in Brazil. There are few more in Japanese also. You have Okinawa. There are a little more this. What they found common in these three people? How are they healthy till 100 years? How are they working till 100 years? How come they are not forgetting things at 100? So they found that a diet is very simple. It's organic. It's fruits, vegetables, whole grains, yogurt, and a mineral-rich glacial water, not bottled water. And they do a high level of exercise to stay active. So if we can do this, at least maybe 80, not 100, easily. Now here we come to a very important point. Excessive eating is a disease of mind. Everyone should try to desist from it. No food item, whether good or bad, must be taken indiscriminately. This is not my saying, this is what Baba has said. Overeating leads to disease, shortening of life. It reduces lifespan. In fact, they will suffer from stomach ailments as they approach the old age. Very clearly. Now what more do we need? Our Guru is telling us, if you are overeating, you are going to suffer. Here I will come to an important part called alkaline diet. In yogic chichitsa and treatment, Baba has given so much of importance to alkaline food. Now the reason here is the acidic food which you eat creates toxins. We already saw how toxins are creating a disease. So if you are eating food which is acidic, this food is going to cause malfunctions of organs. How does it cause? Because it is acidic, there is not sufficient alkalinity in the blood. So body starts extracting minerals from your bones, from your teeth, from your organs to make that blood alkaline. Because the blood, most important for the body is to survive. It cannot survive in the acidic condition. So it starts extracting these organs and slowly your bones start to suffer. You start knowing, but the whole cause is, okay, you take calcium, but the source is not that. The source is the food which you are eating which is not sufficiently alkaline. So change your food habit and your calcium will be absorbed. So greater the alkalinity, greater is the absorption of oxygen and healthy organs. So what is alkaline diet? A diet which is rich in fruits, rich in roots, rich in leafy green vegetables and other alkaline foods. 75% of your plate has to be alkaline, 25% can be cereals, bread, roti, carbs, rice, everything that is acidic. A food like lemon or curd should be taken with little water and salt. Carbohydrates, fatty foods increase the acidity, so your proportion should be within the 25%. Non-vegetarian is simply not good. It will increase the acidity and your internal organs will be weak. And intoxicants are also aggravating the constipation. Important to fill your stomach half. So 50% food, 25% water and 25% is free air. You know the mixing bowl, the mixer grinder? Do you stuff it full and then grind?
No.
How much space do you need? Same, body is same. So remember, in India, during traditional fastings, they used to eat fruits and roots. Probably this is one of the reason to increase alkalinity. Then they changed to having lot of fried stuff, lot of papads, lot of khichdis, so which was not good. So if you're fasting, if you're doing extra fast, like maybe a Shashti fast or you're doing a fast on Purnima and Amavasya, I'm talking to Magis, you can always substitute fruits and roots on that day. So your alkalinity will be increased. The simplest way to create alkaline environment is lemon water with salt. Even if lemon is acidic, the reaction it causes in the body is alkaline. Baba has given more importance to lymph. Because lymph is something which is called the food of the brain. If your amount of lymph in the body is good enough, your energy is never going to go down. Monkeys have lymph and you see what do? They jump in the whole day. From where does the energy come? from the lymph. So I did some research on lymph. How do I increase lymph in a human being? So the research gave that one is, if you are consuming animal proteins and no vegetable proteins, that is not good for the body. So in vegetable proteins, how is lymph produced? It is produced from the energy and vitality which is acquired from the elements of universe, and like water, light and air. Also the chlorophyll which is present in the green leafy vegetables is very important. Also in Bengal, I saw a very good practice of eating the stems, the growing stems of the leaves. They eat practically every stem, Loki, Kadandi, then Iskadantal, Uskadantal, and they make very interesting recipes out of it. So that I found was very good because this chlorophyll is very concentrated in the tips of these growing buds. So if you can grow some plants which and just take those leaves and the stems, it's going to give you a high amount of energy. Secrets of long life, I will not go because we all know this. Now we come to an important factor, stress. So how do we relate naturopathy and stress? 1/3 of US today, the average age 18 to 34, you see the stress amounts. They are increasing from 2019 to 2023. So this is something which we need to worry about. So let's understand what is stress and why are we experiencing it. So stress is actually a body's natural response to a challenging situation. So if I'm having a hurdle, my body is going to cross it. So how it crosses is giving rise to the stress. So this, when there is a stress, the body releases hormone called cortisol. The higher levels of cortisol in the body create a problem to the health of the person. And this health, because cortisol is a hormone, it relates to the internal hormonal imbalance and therefore the mental challenges which a patient faces. Now these reactions come when you have a threat. You have a fire in the building, you need adrenaline, you need to run off, you need cortisol because it is fighting the stress. But after it has finished, you need to come down to your normal level. You cannot have that accelerated rate of your cortisol in the body. So what happens today is your life is continuously under a stress. I need to reach to my office, I need to reach to my targets, I need to be the best. So these complicated system of working is creating the stress. Now, is there a way I can manage it in my daily life? Because it is going to be there. I need to live in this world. So yes, there are healthy habits. Now what are they? Do I go for a run in the morning? Do I do some exercises? Do I do yoga? Do I do the 3 basic things Baba was told to do? Do I do Tanda? Do I do Kaushiki? So these are the questions you need to ask yourself because these are the ways to cure your stress. There are relaxation techniques. We already do meditation. But do we do meditation after singing a Prabhat Sangeet? How many of you do? Not Dada Didis? So if not, we need to look at that. Do you do Kirtan? Kirtan is the most calming thing. Do we do 2 minutes Kirtan before doing any and every work? Doing meditation, that's the most important time you have to do. So these relaxation techniques. Also there is a system called deep breathing. When you breathe superficially, you are using only 5% of your lungs. But when you do deep diaphragmatic breathing, take the incomplete air inside, release it completely. That gives you additional oxygen and that takes care of your stress. So anytime you have having a blood pressure, you are having something going fast, just sit down and do a deep breathing. It's a very simple way of getting down stress. Now, are there any physical signs I need to know of stress? Yes, you have a headache, you have a muscle tension, you have fatigue, or your heartbeat is going to go fast, you have stomach issues, you have sleep disturbances, all of these or none of these or one of these. So they can vary from person to person because every body is different, it can react to stress differently. For somebody stress is nothing, cool. Yeah, we need to be that actually. Why not? But for some, थोड़ा टेंशन आता है ना तो ही काम होता है. Means only if I get tension I can work. There are so many people in that bracket. Can stress It can lead to anxiety, it can lead to depression, irritability, no concentration, and the long-term stress is the most important reason for a serious mental health condition. So addressing it proactively is very important. Are there any long-term health effects of chronic stress? Yes, you get high blood pressure, you will not know the reason. Blood pressure aa gaya. You will not know the reason. Heart diseases, blocks. There are people just dropping dead for no reason. Heart attack aa gaya. No signs. So there is a higher level of stress in the society and it is giving a long-term health consequence. So now let's look at what are the stress classics. Now this study was done in 2017. This is a US-based study. Money took the main crown. 64% of the people today are worried only about finances. Dadas and Didis are free again. Baba has put you in a very different nice bracket. No stress at all. Their stress can come to our
Are you
shoulders.
sure about this? Have you checked this? Done some studies or something about it? I'm not so sure what you're saying.
No, Dada Didi studies have been done, but I'm seeing you laughing and smiling, so I'm just giving.
Obviously, no
Because
money
it's the
trouble.
only wrong thing you said.
So after money comes work, because yes, work pressure for Magis will definitely understand this. Work is coming close at 60% because we have deadlines, we have meetings. If you are in that active life of say 25 to 60 years, work takes the maximum things. And it is like a pressure cooker. You know the pressure cooker? Kab city bajegi, kab it will come out. So definitely work comes. Economy is at 49% because you always worry about tomorrow. What will happen tomorrow? Family responsibilities. They take 47%. So, and personal health problems. So these are the 5 very important stress classics. Now coming to how we can help the society solve this. Baba says human existence is trifarious. One is physical world, where we are doing our daily jobs, we are doing our work, we are doing everything to take care of our physical body. The second is the psychic things. Our lives are guided by something beyond our physical body. So are we looking at those things? Are we looking at the art? Are we looking at music? Are we looking at something more than our things? Do you have a hobby? Are you doing dance, yoga lessons? Whatever. So it has to be a stress buster. So this level, the mental level, are the finer human feelings, qualities, which can be sympathy, love. If you have animal love, you can visit an animal shelter home. But these are things which are coming in the second phase, the strata of the mental strata. So there is friendship in this, there is pity in this. So all of these vrittis, which are the good ones, are accelerated. Then comes the spiritual stratum, which is more important than the psychic stratum. So here your mind is flowing with the sole purpose of attaining the supreme, the infinite, the cosmic consciousness. So if you are focused on that portion of the body or portion of your mind, then you are drawn to the cosmic consciousness and you are speeding towards the spirituality, and you can balance the three stratas properly. So we come to the Prama triangle, which is called a sentient health triangle. One is the cleanliness of body and mind, second is the benevolent state of mind, and third is sentient awareness. So we need to look at these 3 factors of Prama triangle in your own design of life. So in the end, I'll give you a simple formula of how I found this important and how I could balance this. So cleanliness of body, your body is very important. It is talking to you every minute. Your mind is talking. If you're not happy in a particular environment, you will not be able to sit there. You just leave the thing because there are enough negative things to cause problem to you. So just leave it and come to a place where your mind and body is happy. So this happy mind, happy body, you detox your body. Detoxing can be done by a naturopathy process which is called juice fasting, which we can even have a workshop on juice fasting if Dada allows, maybe next year. So we can have a one-day juice fast or something like
Oh,
that.
the whole retreat juice fast.
How? People won't come.
Yes, that's a problem.
So you
Buy simpler.
so keep your body clean by detoxing or eat proper diet, good food, raw food, salads, sprouts, greens, vegetables, grains, curd, milk, So if you eat the right kind of food, medicines are not required. And also water, fresh air and sunlight, exercise and sleep. So these, if you see, are very basic things. If you get proper sunlight, like at least 5 to 10% of our cases in naturopathy are resolved by giving proper sun bath, sun treatment. Pains like spinal TB pains, the knee pains, everything. Sun has so much of rays into it. They have UV rays, they are IR rays. Those rays take care of those problems in the body. Baba has given Atapasnan. There is a beautiful chapter on how to do sun bath. Please read it. Just go blindly follow it. No pain in the body will remain. And these practices also support good mental health. So actively clear the mind of negative thoughts, the stress, the distractions, and whatever you do with your mind inside it. So you will not be forgetful. Do deep breathing, spend time with nature, do some music class, and declutter your office, your tables and everything around you. Benevolent state of mind is see the bright side of everything. That is positive thinking. You have to develop this habit. It is not easy. So everything goes wrong, you say still it is going right. Yeah, this Baba gives challenge. He loves to do that. That time Prakriti is with him. She will trouble you to the most. And then we look at Anand Sutram. Badhasa Ishmana Shakti Sevasya Sapayati Lakshe. So we just think of that. Yes, I am going to go better in my objective. So this is not anything. It is not troubling me. So keep positive thinking. Repeat your Ishta Mantra. Repeat your Japa, meditation, Kirtan. Everything of this together gives a lot of positive environment. And celebrate everything. Smile. What is going to go wrong? Nothing. So Brahma is equivalent to Madhu. Practice Madhu Vidya and mind will be positive. Do service. Service to humans, service to animals, service to plants. Because action is your real identity. You will be known by your actions. So for benevolent state of mind, we have yoga ethics, the 15 Shilas. All of us know this. And for sentient awareness, be connected with the supreme entity. See the supreme in the other person. Always see that these are all mini Babas sitting. And once you are there, by the help of your mantra, you already connect to the supreme positivity. And strong determination, constant motivation is necessary. We already did this, chanting, deep meditation, yoga, reflection, meditation, Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Our sadhana is Rajadhiraj Yoga. So it helps to extend from physical to mental, mental to qualified spiritual, and qualified spiritual to non-qualified spiritual. We may be at any stage. So we just need to go ahead, progress in your own way. We already saw this, half fill the stomach. Vyapak Sauch. Most of us skip this. So this is very important. It cools the body. It cools the mind. So however cool it may be, some Dada told me that Baba caught him and he said, "You're not doing Vyapak Sauch before meditation." He said, "No, it is so cold." Something he said. And Baba said, "But where did I told you to use cold water?" So when it is cold, you use normal room temperature water. But the important message he is saying is do Vyapak Sauch. So at least before eating food, before sleeping, before meditation. So let's do it. This will be a calming thing to our heart, to our body, to our mind. Tandav and Kaushiki is very important for our physical progress, our spiritual progress. For mental clarity, we have to be same inside and outside. I cannot change myself just because I want to please somebody. There should be no duality, because when duality comes in, your mind starts playing with you. You are not simple anymore. So you need to be simple, straightforward. You don't need to fear anything. Meditation, satsang, sentient diet, pranayam, regular practice of asanas help overcome these challenges. Swasthasans for psychic and physical, dhyanasans for meditation, and through these practices, Sri Sri Anandamurti says, we can enhance the positive microbiota in the body. which can help us in controlling the effect of negative microbiota. Because only positive microbiota can eat negative microbiota. Itna power hai usme. So how will you do that? Positive microbiota cannot be coming like welcome, welcome, welcome. You put some this. You need to work for it. The importance of Prabhat Sangeet. These songs, Baba says, are rooted in the physical world, but their impact is on the subtle layer of human mind. It's beyond that. So the mental world is the ectoplasmic world is composed of this chittanus, and these songs, what they do is they produce a vibrational wave, and this wave makes our mental wave straight. So this straightened mental waves ultimately touch the point of soul. So it's very easy for us to ride on this. So I don't need to do anything difficult because they're so devotional. I can use them to go on my journey. Now he also says, if you hear Prabhat Sangeet in the morning up to 9 o'clock, you will overcome melancholy and depression. So if you have those patients, just give them the Prabhat Sangeet CDs or YouTube today, everywhere it is available. In fact, some Prabhat Sangeet Baba is given for specific disorders also. All the singers, people would know that, the classical singers. He spoke of the physico-psychic effects of Prabhat Sangeet on patients suffering different diseases. So, epilepsy, gout, hysteria, melancholia. So, all of these things, and an eternal note of optimism brings in all these songs. They are inspiring. So, you can shake off your depression, melancholy, fatigue, and generate a very new vitality in life. Kirtan, we all know, it dispels all the calamities. So, natural as well as man-made, and finally the person comes out victorious. Because at the place of Kirtan, you have huge concentration of physical energy. And this physical energy along with the psychic energy can remove any collective accumulated miseries of the world. That was the reason we started Kirtan in Anandnagar, we started in Ukraine, we started all over the world, we started so many Kirtan. So people doing Kirtan have already placed a throne for the Param Purush in their hearts, and that inspiration is very powerful. So do Kirtan without considering time, place, person, and the hands of Param Purusha will always be with them. Now coming to naturopathy, because you will say you did not talk about naturopathy only. So, sunlight is something which you should look at. Sunlight is energy. You all know people who are living in the countries where there is less sunlight, the automatic depression comes. So sunlight is anti-depression. So use the sunlight. So it is a daily exposure gives you very good mood, sharper cognitive functions, along with sunlight, balanced and healthier diet. Some diets like leafy greens we saw, walnuts, blueberries, which are rich in antioxidants, omega-3 like flax seeds. Exercise, regular physical exercises improve the blood flow to the brain. It enhances memory, enhances mental sharpness. Sleep is important. Sleep, Baba says, it is up to you. You can increase it, you can decrease it. So if you have gone ahead of the 7 hours and you can feel energetic, like I need 5 hours. So each one find your own things and just have that much sleep so that it will not affect your memory. Manage the stress by doing mindful exercises. Whenever you keep a key, if you are forgetful and you think, I forget keeping the key. Whenever you are keeping the key, make it a visual memory. I have kept it in the table. I have kept it in the purse. I have kept it in my pocket, left pocket. Baba was so particular. He used to keep things so properly. Left pocket, left thing. You have to find it there. So we inculcate those habits. If we are going towards forgetfulness, we could look at that. Hydration, I already discussed, plenty of water throughout the day. Positive microbiota by Kirtan, thoughts, Prabhat Sangeet, ideation, dhyan. Then there are brain boosters. We have dates, we have walnuts, almonds, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, berries, kale, spinach, collard greens, turmeric, fermented food like buttermilk, kimchi, sauerkraut, kefir, avocados. All of these are very good brain boosters. So if you have mental stress, you should look at having at least one of this in a day. Avoid stimulants because they are working against you. If you see a person, your father or aged person going on somewhere, they have started having the forgetfulness or problems, put them on memory games. Let them play some Sudoku, some quiz, some riddles, whatever they like. You can get a book of it, let them do drawing, let them do painting. So learn a new skill, a language, music, whatever. Drawing, painting, navigation. So maths problems, brainstorming, word games, debating, challenge yourself. Some herbs like ashwagandha and ginseng are known to increase memory functions, and so are Brahmi. There are also calming herbs like chamomile, lavender, passion flower. There is a massage therapy, aromatherapy, hydrotherapy, a warm bath, shower. So all of this could be used either singularly or in together, which will give a very good relief for stress. Finally, the last slide. Baba has said, during emergency, he said that it's true that Margis are facing many difficulties. But in reality, compared to the normal people, they are happier. He conveyed the message, none of my Margis will ever be deprived of their basic necessities of life. This I guarantee. So then what fear we have? We have nothing. We don't want to build ashrams and jagritis of 1 crore. Sorry, that's not my job. First be happy. Let's do prachar. Let's give this to everybody who is having problem. Let's help them out. I think if we have done it, we have definitely done the most of our lives. Thank you.
I wanted you to speak something about pulses, beans, lentils, and also about dairy, and also about oil in our diet.
Oil.
As far as possible, cooked oil, refined oils should be something which you avoid, if you can.
You mean even cooked coconut oil?
See, cooking is something which you are artificially heating the oil. So if you need to add oil, add after cooking the oil. Add it to your salad, add it to your food after you have prepared the food. Just a small tin, because oil is important to absorb vitamins which are oil soluble, like a vitamin A or a vitamin D or vitamin E. All of these are oil soluble. So we require oil. But what we do is we overeat the oil. Say suppose I have eaten a lot of pakoras today. Then I don't need to eat oil the next day. I need to consciously avoid it because my liver is already saturated with oil. It takes a long time for the liver to remove oil.
Yes.
So that was oil. What next was dairy? Dairy. How I used to drink milk every day. So who am I going to talk about dairy? So, but if you are lactose intolerant, you have gases, it's an individual thing. You don't need to drink. You can take lactose free.
Right. How to avoid the what's called that cholesterol?
If you go on a plant-based diet without oil, you will
Repeat the
find
question for the,
Yeah, repeat it.
on the online people, please repeat the question.
Oh, okay. The cholesterol. You didn't talk about cholesterol. That how to avoid cholesterol.
see, cholesterol is important for the body. Cholesterol is a part of our cell. Cholesterol is required for many functions in our body. Now what happens is we eat lot of lipids, we eat lot of oil, we eat lot of fats which increase the cholesterol. So we have to look at our diet again, and if you are following a good sentient diet with very less cooked oil, a minute amount of oil is necessary, but if you are eating nuts, you are already getting the oil. You are eating sunflower seeds, you are eating probably almonds, so walnuts, all of this has oil. Now what is oil? You remove 1 kg of peanuts and you crush them. What you get is oil. Are we going to eat 1 kg of peanuts? Is our body going to tolerate that? So this is a very concentrated, dense fat. So use as sparingly as possible and go to healthier versions and as little as possible.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't remember exactly what it was when I wanted to ask the question about the absorption of the food. Just somebody advised me that I should not try to, how do you say, make that all my popo is coming out, because the last part of intestine is also helping to absorb nutrition, because I always am trying to completely clean. So I'm wondering, I don't know if you understand my point.
Yes.
If that is really important, that the last part of my intestine still absorbs enough nutrition, and I should avoid to really try to get everything out for cleaning, especially in the mornings or any time.
Don't do anything forcefully. It should be natural, and whatever comes out should be natural. So if maybe you need to do a colonoscopy, then probably you are given some things so that whole intestine is clean. Only those specific procedures require complete cleaning of intestine.
Okay, because I think the last part of my intestine is a little bit lazy. So it come up at the last part, not very much. So that's I'm wondering if really is important.
Freely.
Absorption.
Absorption will happen. Don't worry about absorption.
Okay.
Absorption will anyway happen. There's so much of intestine in this where don't worry about absorption.
Okay.
But it should be free. It should not be forced.
Okay, understand. Thank you.
If they have any questions, the number of people are attending. You talk about gluten. Is gluten wheat good for you, especially if you're an arthritis patient or something? It's considered to be pretty bad. I recommend drinking a lot of water, but they would like to see you minimize
If
gluten.
it is hurting you, yes. If it is causing problems to you, every individual is different. If it is causing problems, avoid, because as it is, somewhere I read in Baba's things also, after the age of 55, even wheat causes acidity.
Okay.
So again, acidic, I go back to the alkaline. So the more alkaline food is more better for us. However, if you have nothing to avoid, maybe a small portion. But if it is creating problem, no.
Thanks.
Do you think 3 to 4 liters of water drinking is also for cold countries? Also 3 to 4 waters drinking
Baba has not
is
mentioned anything about the temperature of the country.
okay.
It's a general guideline. And 3 to 4 is, in fact, he says 3 to 4 and he says 4 to 5 when you have a disease
Yeah.
and 5 to 6 if you have skin diseases.
Yeah.
That's what he says. So where is a mention of cold disease or cold countries? Nothing.
Okay.
But as far as possible, avoid drinking in the evening. It's a personal suggestion because your organs have a time of work. Like we have our time of work, organs also a time of work. So if I say kidney has 10 hours. So if I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, my kidneys are tired at 5 o'clock in the evening. So preferably after 5, your water drinking should be very less, minimum, unless you are very thirsty. So what it means is all the body of water should be drunk in the first 10 hours.
So even if one is not thirsty at all, I mean in hot country I'm thirsty a lot, in cold country hardly.
Can you take non-caffeinated drinks, hot drinks to soothe your this?
Yeah.
So you can work on what best suits that place.
Okay.
But the portion of water, otherwise the cleaning will not happen.
Okay.
If there is dirt here, the first is dry cleaning. The immediate next is water cleaning.
Okay.
We do it in everywhere, in kitchen, wherever.
Thank you.
Mike, please. I have a question. The temperature. Baba has recommended lukewarm water, but and I tend to drink hot water mostly to minimize arthritis and things like that. Is it beneficial, depending upon the condition? Obviously, not in this weather, hot weather. I would drink normal temperature, but not too cold water. That's not also very good.
Not too cold water.
which is also bad for your
Yes,
teeth as well as for.
yes. Room temperature is the best as far as possible.
Yeah,
But if
but
I have
tell
cold,
me
I
the
feel
combination, we often make mistakes, even Margis and all of us. We take acidic, alkaline, and we don't balance like the Ayurvedic system. We sometimes take, even our food, like breakfast today was very good, but we have so many items, and we mixes all of them together. So what effect it has on the system? Some are alkaline, some are acidic, and so.
Mostly some combinations you should not mix, like a citrus fruit and a curd. There are some viruddha they call it.
Yeah, where can we find that? We often make mistakes there.
I think Ayurveda has books and studies on that because it's an older science, like 5,000 year old.
Yeah.
So Ayurveda definitely mentions wrongful combinations where they don't put your curd and milk together, and there are many fruits and milk together. So there are a lot of incompatible combinations. But the beauty is here, if you say that fruit and milk should be avoided, you have almond milk, you have soya milk, you have oat milk. So you don't need to go to the dairy. So you could work out in those incompatibilities and still reach a good combination.
Yeah, so you could be a vegan, and I'm trying to be more vegan,
Okay.
and still you can get all the alkaline and acidity and balanced diet. Is that correct?
Yes, you can. But
Yeah.
just see that those few vitamins and all you do annual checkup.
Thank you.
Speaking of breakfast, I give a lot of items for choice, not that you should take each one. Okay.
So thank you so much. Have a question.
Thank you.